Welcome to the AI Hub, a podcast for AI-driven side hustles designed for IT professionals like you.
From cutting-edge AI tools to practical, no-nonsense tips, each episode brings you closer to turning tech into income.
Tune in to discover smart and sustainable ways to boost your career and income with AI.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to AI Hub. I'm Larry.
And I'm Amanda.
And we are ready for another deep dive into the world of AI.
That's right, Larry. We've got some pretty interesting stuff to unpack today.
Yeah, for sure. Today we're talking about Proplexity.
Proplexity, yeah. They're known for their AI search engine, but...
Right, but that's not all they're doing anymore, right?
No, exactly. They're stepping into the world of AI assistants.
So is this like another Siri or Alexa kind of thing?
Well, sort of, but what makes this interesting is that Proplexity is really trying to go beyond just basic voice commands. You know, they're combining search with app integration and even using your phone's camera.
Hold on, using the camera. So It's like it can see what I'm seeing.
Exactly, that's the idea.
Okay.
It's all about making the experience more interactive.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So is this available like everywhere or?
For now, it's only available on Android. You have to download the Proplexity app.
Gotcha. So walk me through this. How does this whole assistant thing actually work?
Well, it's all built around three main things: reasoning, search, and apps.
Okay, break that down for me.
So it uses its search engine to find information, then uses reasoning to figure out what you actually need, and then it can tap into apps on your phone to actually get things done.
So it's like you can understand what I mean and then actually do something about it.
That's the goal. Let's say you're talking to someone about a concert and you mention the date. The Proplexity assistant could pick up on that and automatically create a calendar entry for you.
Now that is useful. I can see how that could be really handy.
Or imagine you ask it to remind you to pick up groceries after work. It could figure out where the closest store is and then send you a reminder at the right time.
So it's like a personal assistant that's actually proactive?
Exactly. And that's where the multimodal capabilities come in.
Right. You mentioned the camera thing earlier. What's that all about?
So this is where things get really cool. Basically, the assistant can use your phone's camera to interact with the world around you. So let's say you're looking at a landmark and you want to know more about it. The assistant can analyze the image and give you information.
Wow. So it's like having a walking, talking tour guide in your pocket.
Pretty much. But, we should probably talk about some of the potential downsides, too.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
It all sounds a little too good to be true.
Well, you're right to be a bit cautious. Proplexity has had some hiccups with past product launches. Like their shopping feature was pretty slow and had some accuracy issues.
So are we looking at a repeat performance here?
Well, the CEO of Proplexity, Aravind Srinivas, has said that some features might not be perfect at launch.
At least they're being upfront about it.
Yeah, they're being transparent about the fact that they're still working on the technology. They even admitted that their email and calendar summarization feature needs a workaround right now.
Sounds like they're moving fast, but maybe breaking a few things along the way.
Yeah, Proplexity has been growing really rapidly, and they're handling tons of search queries every week.
Okay, so they're obviously doing something right. But this kind of success usually attracts some unwanted attention.
Right, unfortunately, yeah. They're facing legal challenges from some news outlets.
Like what kind of legal challenges?
Well, places like Dow Jones and the New York Post have filed lawsuits. They're claiming Proplexity is using their content without permission.
So basically accusing them of stealing content.
Essentially, yeah. And other news sites are also starting to voice concerns. The New York Times even sent them a cease and desist letter.
Wow, that's serious.
Yeah.
So how's Proplexity responding to all this?
They're saying they respect publisher content and that they're trying to find a solution. They even have a revenue sharing program for publishers who want to participate.
So they're trying to play nice, but obviously there's still a lot of tension there.
Yeah, it's a delicate situation for sure.
This whole thing just goes to show how complicated this world of AI is becoming.
It's definitely not all fun and games anymore. There are some serious implications that we need to consider.
For sure. But let's zoom out a bit and talk about the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
Why should the average person care about Proplexity getting into the AI assistant game?
That's a great question, Larry. I think what's really interesting about this is how it could change our relationship with technology. We're moving beyond just asking questions and getting answers. Proplexity is pushing towards a future where AI can understand our needs and actually take action to meet them.
So instead of bouncing between a bunch of different apps, I can just tell my AI assistant what I need, and it handles the rest.
Exactly. It's like having a personal assistant that lives in your phone and anticipates your needs. Think about travel planning, managing your schedule, or even just finding the best local spots in a new city.
It's like having a super efficient concierge right there in your pocket.
Exactly. And with the camera interaction, the possibilities are even more exciting.
I can see that, but it's hard not to think about the potential downsides too.
Of course. With any new technology, especially something as powerful as AI, we need to be aware of the risks.
Like what, for example?
Well, data privacy is a big one. If we're giving an AI assistant access to so much information about our lives, how do we make sure that data is used responsibly?
That's a really good point. We're basically trusting these AI systems with a lot of sensitive information. And as AI gets more sophisticated, there are even bigger societal implications to consider.
Absolutely. Like how AI will affect the job market. If these assistants become as capable as Proplexity hopes, what happens to the jobs they might automate?
That's a question we can't ignore. We need to start thinking about how to prepare for these changes and make sure everyone benefits from AI advancements.
I completely agree. We need to have a conversation that involves tech experts, policymakers, educators, and the public. The future of AI will impact everyone, so everyone needs to have a say in how it develops.
Well said, Amanda. It's a good reminder that while AI has huge potential, it's up to us to guide its development in a way that benefits humanity.
Exactly. And that means thinking carefully, having open discussions, and being willing to adapt as the technology evolves.
Well, folks, we've covered a lot of ground today, exploring Perplexity's ambitious move into the world of AI assistants.
We've seen how it blends search, app integration, and even camera interaction to create a truly immersive experience.
And we've talked about some of the bigger implications of this technology, from data privacy to the future of work.
It's clear that Perplexity is pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI, but they're also dealing with some complex challenges.
It's a fascinating story to follow, and it brings up some important questions about how we want to shape our relationship with technology.
It definitely makes you think about what it'll take for AI to truly reach its potential while still addressing all the legal and ethical concerns.
It's a big question, and I don't think there are any easy answers. It feels like this is a conversation that needs to involve everyone, not just the tech companies.
Absolutely. This isn't just a tech issue. It's about how we want to shape the future of society.
It's like they're walking this tightrope, between pushing innovation and then dealing with the realities of a world that's maybe not quite ready for all of it.
It really makes you think about, what it'll take for AI to truly reach its full potential while still, addressing all those legal and ethical considerations.
It's a big question, and I honestly don't think there are any easy answers. It feels like this is a conversation that needs to involve everybody, not just the tech companies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. This isn't just a tech issue. It's about how we as a society want to shape our future.
Well, Amanda, I think this has been a really thought-provoking deep dive into Perplexity and this whole AI assistant thing.
It's definitely a company to watch. I'm really curious to see how they handle these challenges and what kind of impact they'll ultimately have on the way we interact with technology.
Yeah, if you're interested in learning more about Perplexity and their AI assistant, be sure to check out the links in our show notes. We've included some articles that we found really helpful.
And if this conversation has kind of sparked your curiosity about AI in general, there are tons of resources available online. We encourage you to keep exploring and learning.
As always, we appreciate you joining us on this journey of discovery into the world of AI.
It's always a pleasure diving into these topics with you, Larry.
And before we sign off, don't forget to subscribe to AI Hub wherever you get your podcasts. That way you'll never miss an episode of our deep dives into the fascinating world of artificial intelligence.
We're always exploring new topics and breaking down complex concepts so you can stay ahead of the curve in this, rapidly changing field.
Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll catch you next time. It's like they're walking this tightrope between pushing innovation and dealing with the realities of a world that's maybe not quite ready for all these advancements.
It really makes you think about what it'll take for AI to truly reach its potential, while still addressing all these legal and ethical considerations.
It's a big question, and I don't think there are any easy answers. It feels like this is a conversation that needs to involve everyone, not just the tech companies.
Absolutely. This isn't just a tech issue. It's about how we want to shape the future of society.
Well said, Amanda. I think this has been an incredibly thought-provoking deep dive into the world of Perplexity and their new AI assistant.
It's definitely a company to watch. I'm curious to see how they'll navigate these challenges and what kind of impact they'll ultimately have on the way we interact with technology.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, We encourage you to keep exploring these topics and, engage in the conversation about how we want to see AI develop.
It's a journey we're all on together.
Well, folks, that's it for this episode of AI Hub. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
It's been a pleasure exploring this with you, Larry.
And remember, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to AI Hub wherever you get your podcasts. We'll be back soon with more fascinating discussions about the world of artificial intelligence.
Until then, keep learning, keep exploring, and keep asking those big questions.
Catch you next time.
Welcome to the AI Hub, a podcast for AI-driven side hustles designed for IT professionals like you.
From cutting-edge AI tools to practical, no-nonsense tips, each episode brings you closer to turning tech into income.
Tune in to discover smart and sustainable ways to boost your career and income with AI.